Canada, the land of maple syrup, ice hockey, and Justin Trudeau. A country known for its vast landscapes, friendly people, and a unique blend of cultures. For decades, it has held the promise of a better life for millions around the globe, particularly for young Indians. The allure of Canada is not just in its natural beauty but in the opportunities it offers for personal and professional growth. With its reputation for quality education, a multicultural society, and a strong economy, Canada stands out as a beacon of hope. Its universities are among the best in the world, attracting students from every corner of the globe. The multicultural festivals celebrate the diversity that is at the heart of Canadian society, making everyone feel at home. Canada became synonymous with opportunity, a beacon of hope for those seeking a brighter future. The bustling city skylines, the thriving job markets, and the promise of a better life have drawn countless immigrants to its shores. Each face in the crowd carries a story of hope, ambition, and the desire to build a new life. For many Indian families, sending their children to study in Canada was seen as an investment, a stepping stone to a life of prosperity and security. The journey begins with a heartfelt goodbye at the airport, followed by the excitement of packing bags and the anticipation of new experiences. In Canadian classrooms, these students find themselves immersed in a world of knowledge and opportunities. The Canadian dream, it seemed, was within reach. Graduating with a Canadian diploma opens doors to numerous possibilities. The joy of achieving academic success is shared with family and friends, both in Canada and back home in India. The smiles and celebrations reflect the fulfillment of dreams and the promise of a bright future. But like all dreams, it often collides with the harsh realities of waking life. The journey is not always smooth, and the path to success is fraught with challenges. Disappointment and struggle are part of the experience as students and immigrants navigate the complexities of a new country. The initial excitement can give way to concerns about job prospects, cultural adjustments, and the pressures of living far from home. Yet, it is in facing these challenges that true resilience and strength are forged, making the Canadian dream a journey worth pursuing. The allure of the Canadian dream often overshadows a crucial aspect: the high cost of living. Canada, while rich in many ways, is also an expensive country to live in. From soaring property prices to the everyday cost of groceries, the financial burden can be overwhelming, especially for newcomers. For Indian students accustomed to a lower cost of living back home, the reality check can be jarring. Suddenly, that part-time job doesn't seem to cover much. The dream of a comfortable life begins to feel more and more elusive. Landing that coveted job in Canada after graduation, it's the dream, right? But the job market, particularly for new immigrants and recent graduates, can be brutally competitive. Many Indian students armed with degrees and high hopes find themselves facing a disheartening reality: unemployment, or, even more commonly, underemployment. The competition is fierce, and often foreign credentials aren't given the same weight as Canadian experience. This leaves many highly skilled and educated individuals stuck in survival jobs, their dreams of professional success put on hold. Finding affordable housing in Canada, especially in major cities, is a challenge that cuts across all demographics. But for newcomers and students, it can feel like an insurmountable hurdle. The Canadian dream often turns into a frantic search for a decent, affordable place to live. Basement apartments, shared rooms, and long commutes become the norm. The dream of having a place of one's own seems like a distant fantasy. The financial strain of high rents adds another layer of stress to an already challenging situation. Section 5. Drowning in debt. The crushing weight of student loans. The pursuit of higher education often comes at a steep price: student loans. For many students, the dream of obtaining a degree is intertwined with the reality of financial strain. The cost of tuition, books, and living expenses can quickly add up, leaving students with no choice but to take out loans to cover these costs. For many Indian students, funding their Canadian education involves taking on significant debt. The process of securing these loans can be complex and stressful, often requiring extensive paperwork and a deep understanding of financial terms. Despite the challenges, these students persevere, driven by the hope that their investment in education will pay off in the long run. The hope is that a Canadian degree will lead to a lucrative career, enabling them to pay off these loans. Graduates enter the job market with high expectations, eager to apply their skills and knowledge in their chosen fields. They attend job interviews, network with professionals, and work tirelessly to secure positions that will allow them to start repaying their debt. However, the realities of the job market and the high cost of living can make repaying these loans a daunting task. Many graduates find themselves in entry-level positions that do not pay enough to cover their loan payments and living expenses. The competition for well-paying jobs is fierce, and the pressure to succeed can be overwhelming. The financial burden can be crippling, casting a long shadow over the Canadian dream. The weight of student loans can affect every aspect of a graduate's life, from their ability to save for the future to their mental and emotional well-being. It is a heavy load to carry, but with determination and support, many find ways to navigate this challenging journey. Section 6. From Campus to Corporate: A Rocky Transition. The transition from student life to the professional world is rarely seamless, but for Indian immigrants in Canada, it can be a particularly bumpy ride. Navigating a new work culture, understanding unspoken rules, and building a professional network can be challenging. The lack of Canadian work experience often puts them at a disadvantage. Many find themselves starting from scratch, their qualifications and experience from India not readily recognized or valued. Section 7. A shadow over the dream: rising crime and safety concerns. Canada has long prided itself on being a safe and peaceful country. However, in recent years, there has been a concerning rise in crime, particularly in major cities. This trend has left many immigrants, especially those from relatively safer countries like India, feeling vulnerable and anxious. The perception of Canada as a safe haven is being challenged, leaving many questioning their decision to immigrate. The dream of a secure and peaceful life is now tinged with a sense of unease. Section 8. The road less traveled: the rise of reverse migration. The Canadian dream, once a one-way ticket to a better life, is now facing a new reality: reverse migration. A growing number of Indian immigrants, disillusioned by the challenges they face in Canada, are packing their bags and returning home. The reasons are multifaceted: lack of job opportunities, the high cost of living, the struggle to integrate, and a renewed appreciation for the support systems and cultural familiarity of their homeland. The Canadian dream, for some, has lost its luster. Section 9. Weighing the options: Canada or India. The decision to immigrate is never easy. It involves carefully weighing the potential benefits against the inevitable challenges. For Indian youth, the Canadian dream remains appealing, but it's no longer seen with rose-tinted glasses. India, with its booming economy and evolving job market, is becoming an increasingly attractive option. The decision of whether to stay in Canada or return to India is a complex one, influenced by individual circumstances, aspirations, and a realistic assessment of the opportunities and challenges that each country presents. Section 10. A shared future: bridging the gap between expectation and reality. The Canadian dream, while facing challenges, is not dead. It continues to inspire countless individuals from around the world to seek a better life in this vast and diverse country. The promise of freedom, prosperity, and a fresh start is a powerful motivator. Canada remains a land of opportunity, but it's crucial to approach the immigration process with a healthy dose of realism. The journey is often fraught with obstacles, from navigating the complex immigration system to finding suitable employment. Understanding these challenges beforehand can help set realistic expectations. Open and honest conversations about the realities of life in Canada are essential. These discussions can help newcomers prepare for the cultural adjustments and economic hurdles they may face. It's important to share both the successes and the struggles to paint a complete picture. By addressing issues like employment barriers, affordable housing, and access to education, we can create a more supportive environment for newcomers. Employment barriers can include credential recognition, language proficiency, and the need for Canadian work experience. And support systems for newcomers, such as mentorship programs and community support groups, are vital. These resources can provide guidance, build networks, and offer emotional support during the transition period. Canada can ensure that the Canadian dream remains attainable. Success stories of immigrant families and business owners who have thrived in Canada serve as beacons of hope and inspiration for others. It's a shared responsibility, a collective effort to bridge the gap between expectation and reality. Governments, communities, and individuals all play a role in creating an inclusive environment where everyone has the opportunity to succeed, creating a more inclusive and welcoming society for all. Celebrating diversity and fostering a sense of belonging can help build stronger, more resilient communities. Together, we can ensure that the Canadian dream is not just a promise, but a reality for everyone who calls this country home.